یک سازمان امنیتی یا یک سازمان جاسوسی بخواد یک جاسوس رو به ایران بفرسته که اون جاسوس هم خانوم باشه، باید اون خانوم چه ویژگی هایی داشته باشه؟ چه کار باید بکنه تا بتونه به بدنه قدرت در ایران نزدیک بشه؟ تو هم سازمان‌های جاسوسی رو میشناسی، هم در واقع بدنه قدرت در جمهوری اسلامی رو. فکر می‌کنی اگه یک سازمان جاسوسی بخواد یک جاسوس بفرسته، اون زن باید چه ویژگی هایی داشته باشه؟
Speak Farsi. That would help. I don't speak a word of Farsi. So that's one. Second, and I'm going to flip your argument. You know, people are now saying that I've worked with Wikistrat, I've worked with this one and that one. Okay, which I did. I mean, you know, I've worked for RT, I've worked for Al Jazeera, I worked for many, Al Majalla in Saudi Arabia, many different organizations. Now, they're turning around and saying, oh, she's a spy because she worked with Wikistrat, because she worked with these people and those people. Those things happened before I set foot in Iran. So if I was a spy, I would be a very bad one to have a very bad track record, because people are now accusing me of things before I even stepped foot in Iran, saying that Wikistrat is an Israeli security company selling, I don't know, state secrets to whoever. Do you seriously think that if I was a spy, I would have my name associated to Wikistrat even prior to my arrival in Iran, knowing, I think, that Iran's intelligence services would check who I am before giving me a visa at the airport or even inviting me? So this argument for me is ridiculous.
But not when you have an invitation for a religious conference in Iran.
But don't you think it wasn't religious, it was political, it was on Palestine. Don't you think that prior to being inviting to Press TV, which is the mouthpiece of the government, people do their due diligence and check on you? How come this Wikistrat story never showed up? Because they probably saw that, you know, I contributed to Wikistrat. They did their check and realized that, okay, she provided information on Yemen. There's nothing there.
Okay.
Right? People are making movies out of nothing. And
okay.
Look, look, I'm going to say something. The Mossad is one of the best intelligence services in the world. That's not a question. It's a fact. Okay. The Mossad trained the Shah intelligence services. Israel trained the Shah, you know, intelligence services and taught them how to do their job. The same people who worked under the Shah are now working, again, this is not a question, this is the truth, and I was told that. The same people who were at the highest level of intelligence services under the Shah now work for Ayatollah Khamenei.
Okay,
But you're telling me that those people with the expertise and the decades of experience are foolish enough to send someone to Iran who doesn't speak the language. So I need that if I'm doing my spying, I will need to have a translator with me to be able to understand what is being said. And if I was to be shown, in theory, state secret documents, I can't even read them. You seriously think that that's the kind of spy that Israel, one of the best intelligence, you know, services in the world, would send to Tehran? The other point I would like to make: have you ever heard of a spy for the Mossad going on television or in the media saying, hey, I'm a spy for Israel? But I never heard. It's so insane to think that the Mossad will show its hand in such an unsophisticated way. So people need to look. Spies exist, and I'm sure they operate in every single country. I promise you that you would not know who they are, because they don't go around making it their business to tell the world what they do, because then there would be no point in them doing any spying, because they can't do it anymore, can they?
Okay, I'm a journalist. I'm not working for a security service, so I don't know the method. Okay, just let's come back. Let's come back to question.
At least speak the language. Look, at least speak the language of the country you're spying, you know, into. At least that. I don't. So, okay. and I'm French, by the way. So if anyone was to come and approach me, I think the French would be the first. I don't have an Israeli passport. And to be a Mossad agent, you have to have an Israeli nationality. So there you go.
Okay, as I watched a spy movie, I know the spy using the different method. Okay, I don't want to judge. I don't want to say that you are a spy or not. Just, I want back to question. اگر یک سازمان جاسوسی بخواد یک جاسوس زن رو به ایران بفرسته، اون زن باید چه ویژگی هایی داشته باشه از دید کاترین شکدم؟
I don't think that's the best way, to be fair with you. I don't think you need to send anyone to Iran. I think that if I was, intelligence, I would recruit people in Iran. I would not send them. It's too dangerous. Why? When you have people in Iran so willing to talk to you and do the spying for you, why would you do that? Why would you send anyone from outside? I would recruit people within Iran. I wouldn't bother having foreigners coming in.
برای این کار خطرناکه دیگه. یک جاسوس تمام خطرها رو میپذیره. سازمان‌های اطلاعاتی مقاصد مختلفی دارن. ممکنه برای اینکه بخوان قدرت خودشون نشون بدن یک فرد رو بخوان بفرستن ایران، اون فرد به مقامات ایرانی نزدیک بشه، اسنادی رو تهیه بکنه و بعداً از ایران خارج بشه و بگه این یکی از بخش‌های قدرت ماست. همونطور که گفتی به موساد اشاره کردی که یکی از سازمان‌های جاسوسی قدرتمند در دنیاست. ممکنه اونها هم بخوان از این روش استفاده بکنن. برگردیم به سوال. فکر می‌کنید اگر بخوان بفرستن، اگر این فرضیه رو در نظر بگیریم که بخوان یک خانم رو بفرستن، اون خانم باید چه ویژگی‌هایی داشته باشه؟ اگر بخوای به یکی از این سازمان‌های جاسوسی مشاوره بدی، سازمان‌های امنیتی بخوای مشاوره بدی.
I don't know if you can, because look, as a political analyst, I had access. But it doesn't mean that you have influence. I mean, it would be insane to think that people in government, cared about what I thought. They might have found me useful because I was basically saying what, they wanted to hear. But it doesn't mean that I have any real influence in terms of their policies. So I don't know if that's even possible. Because what you're asking, look, I'm not intelligent, so I don't know what would make a good spy. I would assume, being able to blend in would be a good thing. But again, like, why pick a woman? Iran society is so segregated. In order to get close to officials, being a man is a lot more useful because you can move around, officials a lot easy. It's a lot easier for you to be part of, the club. As a woman, you can't really mingle with people, and you're not really invited anywhere where, if it's a men majority, you would not be able to get into those rooms. So I don't think that a woman would be very useful. I think a man would be a lot, it would be a lot more practical because they can move a lot more easily between, rooms and circles. Women are very much dismissed in Iran society, so I don't think that it would be useful. In my case, I think that the fact that I was a woman and married to a Muslim man allowed me to kind of have a closer look to Iran's society, but not the circles of power. It's not like they invite you to have coffee with them and say, hey, we're going to discuss state secrets. This doesn't work like that. You rarely meet people, or they're always surrounded by other people. I wouldn't know how to, who would you send? I don't know. For what, it depends what for. What kind of information. Now, if you want to have information on the Iranian society, you could send anyone, for them to travel around.
کاترین، فکر نمی‌کنی این مسیری که تو رفتی بهترین مسیر برای نزدیک شدن به مقامات جمهوری اسلامی هستش و یک کسی که بخواد حتی جاسوسی بکنه میتونه از این روش استفاده بکنه؟
But to what aim though? Because you yes, I had access and I did all the things that I did. But in order to answer your question, I would need to have had a purpose. I would have had to have a clear agenda as to, I want to obtain those information. It was never the case with me. I think I just got close because everything that I said, when I said it, I was sincere about the thing that I was saying and people could tell. So I got as close as anyone could get as far as your political analyst. You're not being made privy to state secrets. You can't be influential on any policy making. So I'm not quite sure, even when people accuse me of being a spying on what? Everything that I've talked about, those information are available on Google. I mean, if you research it, you could find it. It's just I kind of cut corners in that I have access to the people and I visited the country and knew my lived-in experience, was for me what made me more interesting to read. But the information that I was talking about are widely available. It's not like
اصولا یک جاسوس اطلاعاتی که به دست میاره اطلاعاتی نیست که بخواد در فضای عمومی باشه، یعنی در این سطح اطلاعاتی نیست که برای فضای عمومی باشه. کاترین، نمیخوام این سوال شاید احمقانه رو بپرسم که آیا تو جاسوس هستی یا نه، چون اگر هم جاسوس باشی عقلانی نیست که بیای بگی که من جاسوس هستم. میخوام بدونم که اگر شما در واقع مطالب شما از سایت آیت الله خامنه‌ای حذف شد، اگر شما جاسوس نبودید، اگر شما مشکل نداشتید، فکر می‌کنید چرا مطالبی که شما برای سایت آیت الله خامنه‌ای نوشته از سایت حذف شد؟
But they don't. That's the thing. I don't think they do. I think it's just an embarrassment for them because there's been so much, media coverage. So many lies have been said. The opposition is taking advantage of that, trying to exert pressure on, Ayatollah Khamenei, and I think that they thought best to delete my existence, which is fine. I guess that's what they decided to do. I can't really speak for them, but I think it's just an embarrassment. So they're trying to do, it's a PR exercise. They're trying to control the situation. So I guess they're hoping that if my name is not mentioned anywhere anymore, people will, move on to another story and just stop paying interest to the lies that are being told. It's a political game right now. It has nothing to do with me, actually. I mean, I could disappear tomorrow and, change career and do something completely different. People will probably still be talking about me because I became political ammunition. So people are, alleging that, Ayatollah Khamenei led a spy inside the government, because they're trying to basically sully his name and his reputation, so that people on Ahmadinejad camp would, climb to power and, it's a game. It's just, it's for power. It's a power grab, and I've been caught in it. But really, if you pay attention, it has nothing to do with me. Not at one. This is the interesting part, is that people are arguing over who I am and what I've done, and whether I'm working for the intelligence services, and why the Mossad, by the way? Is it because I'm Jewish? Because I'm always curious, like, why not the CIA? Why not the British service, intelligence services? Why not the French intelligence services? Why the Mossad?
Why not for two side?
Why not for the KGB? I mean,
maybe for Iran. Maybe for Iran.
That would be interesting. That would be an interesting case. Look, there's a lot of anti-Semitism going. Whenever people are trying to be critical of anyone Western, particularly women, and God forbid you happen to be Jewish, they always go for the Mossad. Even if you're not Jewish, they will accuse you of working for the Mossad because the Mossad is the enemy. And it's so easy for Iranians to believe that Israel is the devil. So I think that's the reason. I think that's why they use the Mossad. Or maybe they're paranoid. I don't know. But look, no one ever criticized or questioned what I wrote in my article for the Times of Israel. So what I said did not bother anyone.
Please.
It's the fact that I'm Jewish, and the fact that it was published in Israel, and the fact that I, interviewed President Raisi. If I had been a man and I had been German, nobody would have had a problem with me publishing the same commentary, let's say, in the New York Post. No one would have batted an eyelash. The fact that I am a woman, that I am Jewish, that I wrote for the Time of Israel, I became enemy of the state. You need to ask yourself the question. It says more about Iran than it says about me, because it's all about me as a person. It has nothing to do with what I said. It's just because they can't stand Israel, they can't stand Jews in general, and they can't stand women. The audacity of a woman to write about, her interview with President Raisi. What I said did not bother them. It's who I am. And now I think it's just so ridiculous. Iran needs to grow up as a country and realize that chauvinism has no room anymore. Anti-Semitism is irrational and irrelevant. It doesn't help anybody. And whether they like it or not, Israel is a country in the Middle Eastern region that they're going to have to contend with and not wish to annihilate, because you don't do this in the 21st century.
بعد از اینکه مقاله شما از سایت آیت الله خامنه‌ای حذف شد، آیا سعی کردی که از حالا مسئولینی که باشون ارتباط داشتی بپرسی که چرا این مقاله رو حذف کردن؟
No, I don't care. Quite frankly, not interested. Don't care.
به خاطر اینکه مقاله رو نوشته بودی و هزینه‌شو دریافت کرده بودی، بعد از اون دیگه برات مهم نبود؟
I wasn't paid. Never. They don't pay. Iran doesn't pay. So this is the other thing. I was never paid.
Are you work for free?
Yes, a lot of the time I did. I chose to. When it came to, because I wanted to be published there. I think it gives you, it's like when you go for the BBC, it's the BBC, it's a platform. And I thought that, it was a good move for me in terms of, creating visibility. And they don't pay. And I accepted that.
You want to be politician, a celebrity?
No. It wasn't about celebrity. It's about asserting your credentials. It's about, establishing a footprint. It's about proving that, you have the ability, because your writing and your analysis are good, to be published in certain websites. A lot of people do that. It's, you do an internship when you start your career. So, that was my internship.
مقاله های شما رو در سایت آیت الله خامنه‌ای کمیل خجسته دریافت می‌کرد، با او مکاتبه می‌کردید؟
I don't know. They give you, they reach out to me on email, and all they said, it was like editor. So I was like, okay. And then they asked, and I don't know. I never spoke to someone, I had one phone call telling me that they were calling on behalf of, that platform. They asked me for my email. I gave it to them. They emailed me.
Do you know who is Komel Khojaste?
No idea.
شنیدم که شما نامه‌ای که آیت الله خامنه‌ای به جوانان اروپا نوشته بودن رو شما نوشتید و در ازای اون $130,000 دریافت کردید. آیا این درسته؟
$130,000. I would have loved to, but no, unfortunately not.
اون نامه رو شما نوشتی؟
The letter that Ayatollah Khamenei published, like for the youth of the West?
Yes.
Of course not. No. By the way, the English wasn't that great. No, I didn't write that letter. It was Ayatollah Khamenei that wrote that letter. What would I? This is insane. Do people seriously think that, look, Ayatollah Khamenei is a very well-educated man. Okay. I don't think that he would need me to write any letter. If he had things to say, I think he's a big boy and he can do it himself, and he has people around him that could do it for him. A million in so many different ways. I mean, let's just be realistic about my position. I am not, an academic of such a high level that Ayatollah Khamenei would even, consider asking me, come on. I don't even speak Farsi. I mean, you would like to think that he would like to express,
But you know Western culture, very good.
I know what? Western culture?
Yes.
I don't think that Ayatollah Khamenei knows my name. So maybe now, but look, come on, we have to be, you have a million people in Iran who are intellectuals, who speak English just as good, just as well as I do. What? It's insane for me to be accredited to have written this letter. I find comical. No, and I certainly did not receive $130,000. And as far as, for me, working for free for Iran, I'm doing this interview with you for free. So it happens. Those things happen. And I'm generous with my time sometimes because I think it's important. So I don't get paid for everything that I do, unfortunately. But those are my choices.
من با هم قرار گذاشتیم که سوالها رو صادقانه با شما در میون بذارم و خط قرمزی رو تعریف نکردید، درسته؟
Yes.
Okay. Maybe it will be interesting the question I have for you. بعد از مصاحبه شما با BBC فارسی برخی گفتن که این مصاحبه رو شما به این دلیل کردید که یا پولی دریافت کردید یا تهدید شدید. البته یک ادعای دیگه هم شده که من بعد از جواب شما ازتون میپرسم.
Okay, so no, I wasn't threatened. And as far as money is concerned, the BBC has a very clear policy. They do not, they compensate you for, transport, obviously, because you have to get to the BBC. But they do not pay guests for attending. That's a government policy. The BBC is run by the government, so they don't have money to throw away. They do compensate you for, transport and things like that.
Not money from BBC. Excuse me, not from BBC. For example, from Sepah. From Sepah. from your friend, Mr. Javani, General Javani.
Dear Lord, no.
He's your friend?
No, it's not my friend. It's not my friend. Look, okay, so we need to pick a narrative here. Either I'm a spy for Israel, okay. Either the government now you're alleging is paying me to go to the BBC to say what? That I'm not a spy.
Yes, because به خاطر اینکه جمهوری اسلامی خیلی استفاده کرده از این.
Let me try to understand this. So people are alleging in Iran that not only am I a spy for Israel, but that Tehran would, in full knowledge that I'm a spy for the Mossad, pay me to go on the BBC to say that I'm not a spy.
Why not?
Do you understand?
Why not?
Hang on a second. So you alleging that the regime in Tehran is literally sponsoring Mossad agents? That's a beautiful story. It's insane. I can't wrap my head around this. That's something that is new. That is crazy.
I'm telling you full story, okay? این تصور وجود داره که بعد از اینکه شما مدارک یا فیلم ها یا اسنادی رو از مقامات جمهوری اسلامی در اختیار داشتید و توی مقالتون در نیویورک تایمز بهش اشاره کردید، در واقع یک پالس رو به سمت جمهوری اسلامی فرستادید که اگر در واقع با ما همکاری نکنید ما این مدارک رو منتشر میکنیم. بعد از اون یک توافقی صورت گرفت بین در واقع سپاه یا نیروهای امنیتی ایران و حالا موساد یا هر جایی که شما باش کار میکنید، اون جای ذهنی که شما باش کار میکنید و شما موافقت کردید برای اون مصاحبه در BBC فارسی. این رو شما چطور تفسیر میکنید این داستان رو؟
I don't, because it's not true. So hold on, because I know what videos you're talking about. I've read this story. Well, I saw in the Iranian, social media, some people have sent me links that allegedly I have videos of, officials, whatever, and that I claimed in an interview with the Times of Israel that I had those videos. Now, I would defy anyone to find me that interview in the Time of Israel because it doesn't exist, okay? Because I don't have videos of state officials. I did not blackmail the government. But, it's just, I'm going to write about this because this is insane. So basically, Iranians are under the belief that, number one, their state officials are crooked and so willing to sell state secrets that they would basically do anything, and basically work for Israel. That in order to cover, those stories, they would be willing to send money to Israel, the very country that they seek to annihilate. That's just insane to me. And people are still happy to have those officials in power in Iran. Are they happy to have this kind of representative? Because if I was you, and this is what I believe of my officials, I would have a serious problem because you have no business being in government. Look, I think that people are giving me credit for things that I haven't done, nor did I think about doing them. And I think if I was an Iranian official, I would be a little bit insulted, personally. For people to think so, to think that I would commit such crimes of, basically treason, for what? And that I would be dumb enough to be for people to do a video. This is ridiculous. So I'm going to say no. Sepah did not get in touch with me. I received no money from Sepah. I don't even know where the number $130,000 came from. By the way, I would be asked to be paid in pounds because I'm in the UK, but beside the point. And so hang on. So now you're saying that the BBC, why the BBC, by the way? Does the BBC work for the Mossad or Ayatollah Khamenei? Which one is it?
No. I didn't say BBC paid. I said because of this interview.
No. But why the interview in the BBC? Because then the BBC approached me. I did not.
Why the BBC?
Because they asked me.
Okay, very good. Good coordinating. Everything's coordinated very good. This story is very good. And یه روایت دیگه هم شنیدیم که ایران چند به خاطر مصاحبه‌ای که در بی بی سی ایشون کردن چند جاسوس رو آزاد کردن.
Okay. Well, I'm a very powerful girl.
Why not? وقتی تو میتونی اینقدر نزدیک بشی، وقتی اینقدر میتونی نزدیک بشی به مقامات جمهوری اسلامی، حتما دختر قوی هستی.
Am I responsible for global warming as well? I don't have godly powers. I mean, I didn't even know that, people were released, by Iran. Look, those people you're claiming were released and, allegedly being, spies for the Mossad, if, I'm not sure that anyone that is being accused of espionage in Iran is actually spying for anybody, because you're accusing everybody. Here's the thing. The second someone disagrees, they're a spy. The second, someone stands out or actually has an opinion that is different from, popular consensus, you call the spy. This is what Iran does, systematically go after people's character because they refuse to debate people on the basis of their ideas. So, according to you, everyone is a spy. If that's what people want to believe, fine. But, it's just, I don't know, I would expect the Iranian people to be slightly more sophisticated than that and just to believe slander and gossip. It's gossip. There's no foundation to what people... I don't look. How do you prove that something is not true? I don't know. People will believe whatever they want to believe. I'm just tired of saying that I'm not a spy. And if people don't want to believe me, fine. It's not going to... I don't care.
Don't worry. I don't want to judge. Just I want to ask.
No, it's not about judging. It's just the fact that it's just so insane that people keep peddling this narrative, and they keep adding things. Where are the proof? If people make those allegations, show me something tangible that would hold the narrative. But there's nothing. Okay. People are saying $130,000 videos, da. Okay, show me. Do your job. You want to make allegations again, people come with hard facts, and then maybe we could have a conversation. But I can't answer, gossip. I mean, it's like if you were to ask me, can you fly? Am I Superman? No. But I mean, I don't know, maybe next, that's what they're going to put in Iran. Maybe they're going to say I have superpowers and I could read people's mind and, I have horn in a tail and I just can, I fly at night over Tehran. I'm a drone. I don't know.
Okay, let's ask a sweet question. May I ask a sweet question?
Sure.
Okay, it's maybe it's a bit funny. I have a question. You have a very beautiful eyes. Yes. Why you use a lens in Iran? Why you change your eyes color in Iran?
Because I'm a girl and I feel like it.
That's all?
That's all. Sometimes I had green eyes, brown eyes, blue eyes, gray eyes. You can. You can buy contact lenses, and I just for the same reason that sometimes I wear makeup and sometimes I don't, and sometimes I put my hair in a ponytail and sometimes I don't. I'm a girl, and it's my prerogative.
Okay, which color you like more?
Blue.
Blue one. Blue. This is your original eye?
Yes.
Okay, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
By the way, I need glasses, so I need contact lenses. So, and you can have colored ones, so I changed them.
Okay, let's come back to our question, serious question. توی مقاله هایی که نوشته بودی که آیت الله خامنه‌ای رو امام خامنه‌ای خطاب قرار دادی. چرا امام خطاب دادی و یا هنوز معتقدی که آیت الله خامنه‌ای امام هست؟
Well, he is an imam, isn't he? An imam is a religious leader. That's my understanding of it. Now, if you're asking me if I consider him to be on the same level as Imam Hussein, for example, no. but you know, this is what I was told. This is how you refer to him. So again, you know, when I started writing about Iran, I was told that, you know, certain titles are given to certain peoples. And so I follow the rules because, again, out of a desire not to be rude and to be culturally sensitive, you know, if someone tells me that you have to write sir or imam or general in front of someone's name, you do.
چون این لقبی که شما استفاده کردید تنها لقبیه که افراد به شدت مذهبی یا در واقع به شدت متصل به بدنه قدرت در جمهوری اسلامی استفاده میکنن. این رو تصادفی انتخاب کردید؟
I was told that that's how you refer to him. So I was giving, like, you know, when you're writing articles, because you have different iterations, so you could call someone Ayatollah this, and I was being told that that was one of the names that were giving to him, and this is how I should refer to him. So I did. Again, I'm not an expert on Iran. So, you know, when people tell you things, and they tell you this is how we do things, well, you listen and you learn. So I did that. Now, whether or not, you know, it was a particular branch of people within Iran that do that, I didn't know. I thought that everybody referred to him this way.
کی به شما گفت که از لقب امام استفاده بکنید؟
Clerics.
میتونی اسمشو به ما بگی یا میخوای ازش حفاظت کنی؟
No, I don't think it's necessary. All I'm going to say is that they were one of, you know, Ayatollah Khamenei's representatives somewhere.
نمیخوای اسمشو بگی به ما؟
No, I don't think it's necessary. Again, it's just, you know, I don't want to bring people into this circus when all they've done is spoke to me once upon a time.
Catherine, it's amazing. You had a connection with deputy of Ayatollah Khamenei.
Not a deputy, a representative.
Oh, okay.
No, deputy. No. No, look, you have, you know, representative, for example, in Afghanistan, in the UK, in France, in different countries. One of those people.
Okay. شما خودتون رو، یعنی شغل خودتون رو به عنوان خبرنگار معرفی میکنید یا تحلیلگر؟ کاترین شکدم چه کار است؟
An analyst. I'm an analyst. A journalist, you know, like, no offense to journalists around the world, I do a very different job.
Why an analyst must write an article for free for Ayatollah Khamenei's website?
No, look, you have your professional life and you have certain things that you do because, you know, they make you happy or they fulfill, you know, goals that you set yourself for. I give a lot of time for various NGOs. I don't get paid. I do a lot of volunteering work because I think that, you know, I think it's important to be responsible and to give back to people. Not everything is always about money.
Catherine, you wrote an article for Iran Supreme Leaders website, not an NGO.
Yes, exactly. But tell me, how many, you know, Westerner have had the opportunity to write for him? Not many. So when they tell you they're not going to pay you and you get your name published out there, it mattered to me more than being paid. So not everything is about money.
Just you wrote for your CV background?
Yes, 100%, because, you know, it doesn't happen every day. If Donald Trump was to invite you to the United States of America to speak from the White House, would you charge him? And if he said no, I did ask if I was going to get paid. They said no. And, you know, if Trump was to invite you and tell you, I'm not going to pay you, but you still want to do it, I bet you would.
So, you know, so you're telling me Ayatollah Khamenei invite you to his home or his office?
No, of course not. No. Oh God, no, I didn't say that. What I'm saying is I'm making a parallel. Is that sometimes opportunity are offered to you, and that money is not always the determining factor.
I understand.
And for me, it wasn't about the money. You know, not everything is about money.
Okay, I understand. فکر میکنید که به عنوان یک تحلیلگر چرا باید اینقدر روایت‌های متفاوتی از شما در رسانه‌های فارسی وجود داشته باشه؟ چرا فکر میکنید که اینقدر نام کاترین شکدم جنجالی شده؟ علتش چیه؟ به عنوان یک تحلیلگر علتش رو چی میدونید؟